My Week in the Life album is finally finished and I'm going to take you on a flip through today so you can have a peek of everything inside. So stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I have finally finished my Week in the Life album and I'm going to take you on a flip through so you can have a really good look at what's inside. It took a really long time. This was a big project and now I understand why I never finish projects like this, because it's a lot of work. So it's done. Let's dive in. Okay, so I did use a planner because, well, that's what I do. So I used a planner and I decorated the pockets and I've stuck these down really well so that they'll stay. Hopefully you won't have too much trouble. Here's the title page and then I just have sort of an introduction page, the dates and things, and another introduction because it's COVID. Like, we're all in lockdown, so it's different than a normal week in the life. So I really wanted to play up the COVID lockdown global pandemic thing that's going on and what we're doing in our everyday lives during the pandemic. So I just sort of introduced that there. Then I have this cute little transparency here. Every day of the week has its own divider and there's also one at the end for, I have a little homeschooling section, so that has a divider as well. And then every day has a little page with 4 pictures and then 4 4x6 either stories or pictures in those. And then on the there's this, which has what I'm reading, listening to, and watching, and on the back is the gratitude for each day. And then I have a page of journaling for each day as well. So I'll just flip through each page and you can have a little peek. Oh, those pancakes are making me hungry. Outlander. I'm so glad that Outlander started off the pandemic. Wednesday. And I left these blank. I could have filled it up really full, but I thought I'd have a little bit of white space because there's a lot going on. Even though we're home doing nothing, there are 8 of us in our family and there's a lot. We do a lot in the run of a day. So there's some cute little stories in the sheets. I'll get to them in there at the back. There's a place for observations, gratitude, favorite moments, and so I took those plus all the little stories that I had written out in the daily rundown and I put those in here, and then I journaled some on here. Sometimes there's pictures, sometimes there's not. It all depended on the day and how many pictures I took and how many of them turned out and how many didn't. Some books that I was listening to, just everyday stuff like doing dishes, hide and seek, our daily walks, other nice stories. I like this little page here, it's cute. And then Saturday is like our grocery day and like had to wait in line with masks and all that fun stuff. And then there's all our groceries that we got. More little stories, Zoom calls, YouTube, editing, and that's it. This is just a little pack, a little envelope-y thing. I cut it down and sewed the top to make it fit in the book, and then it's just holding some of the stuff that I collected over the week. There are a few things missing, so I do have to go and grab those. Now for this one, I'll show you just the contrast. So here's Monday, and it's just a plain piece of patterned paper, the day, a sticker, and then a washi down the edge. And they're all the same, just the paper changes and sometimes the letters change. But for this one, it's a bit simpler. I want it to be a bit different than the days, but I still wanted it to stand out. So I've got a piece of pattern paper here and then the overlay with the same letter stickers, so that sort of recalled the dashboard feel. And this is just what all of us were doing during homeschool and different little stories. There's not a lot here, but I did have pictures of each of them. And it was such a big part of our day and such a big part of our lives, really. And there's just a couple extra homeschooling stories there. Now, this is what I was talking about. I did stick a little piece of paper in there because it looked kind of drab and dreary. The back cover is has a little less potential than the front for decoration, so I just stuck that in there. And I wanted to keep these sheets in here. So if you want to do a project like this, I will leave a link to these sheets in the description below, and it's just, you print them all off. There's one for each day and it has your schedule so you can write in everything you've done during the day. I added this listening, reading, watching section like during the night where I had space. And then on the other side, like I said, they have observations, overheard, gratitude, and favorite moments. And then you can also put in your meals. I only added my meals in certain days if we had something specific or if we had takeaway or something. So I put those in there. And I liked I didn't put everything in the story in here, and plus you sort of embellish it or you tell a story as you would tell a story. This is actually as it happens, kind of more factual. So I want to keep it so that I can read this over as well, because it's one thing to see the pictures and hear the stories written in a story way, like in an embellished way, but here are the actual how it happened in here. So that is my book. That is my week in the life, and I am so happy. I'm so happy that I'm done. It took so long, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'm happy that I finished it because I have this now forever. And I strongly encourage that you, if you don't make an album, you at least write down some of the stories in some sort of paper journal, or if you have your planner, keep your planner, because who knows what will happen with social media and everything online in the future. It's really rare that we scroll back really far. So all the documentation that's online is not going to be the same as something that you can touch and see the photos and have it all together in one place in a book like this, or even just a journal with a few pictures or just a few stories scribbled down. I always compare it to World War II. Like if you found an album or a stack of letters or somebody's journal from the Second World War, it's such a treasure. There's so many stories, and the stories in there are so much richer than what you'd see in a movie or read in a history book or even in a newspaper. So I really encourage you to just take a few minutes and jot down some stories that have happened over the last few weeks, or even if you really want to do a week in the life, then print off those sheets, and at least you'll have the sheets with the stories. Just take a week and document everything that happens to you in that week, because this is history. We're living through history. Let me know in the comments below your favorite story from your lockdown experience. What is one thing that you've done or that has happened to you that you want to remember in the future? I have 2 other videos about this album. The first one is a setup and a prep to get ready for it, and the second one is my process. So I will send you to both of those in a playlist right here. This is my very last Wednesday video for now. I'm going back to 1 video a week, and that'll be on Sundays. It'll be earlier in the day than I usually post, and they're going to be videos that will help you get your week off to a great start. Don't worry, the topics won't change. I'm just feeling that 2 videos a week is a bit overwhelming. So today I've done a week in the life, a whole scrapbook album, but on Sunday we are going to be looking at a day in the life of my planner. So if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe so that you won't miss my Sunday videos. You can do that here by clicking on my little face. Here are 2 more videos that I think you'll like. Have a fantastic day and happy planning.